Afternoon and welcome to Twerton Park for this Vanarama National League South clash between Bath City and Eastbourne Borough. After back-to-back derby victories over Chippenham Town during the festive period, the Romans have suffered back-to-back away defeats and looking to get back on the winning track this afternoon. They face an Eastbourne Borough side who moved into the top 10 after putting 5 past Hungerford Town last Saturday, but their drama this week has been off the pitch following the resignation of 8 members of their board before their reinstatement around 24 hours ago. I'm Michael Powell and I'm delighted to say alongside me on Bath City Radio this afternoon, joined by City midfielder Omar Holness. Omar, thanks very much for joining us this afternoon, although we'd much rather see you out on the pitch. How long term is the injury you've got at the moment?
Hey, good afternoon to the listeners. Thanks for having me. Yeah, obviously would definitely want to be on the pitch right now. Seeing the lads warm up, it's kind of heartbreaking, but not very long term. Hopefully another week or two, and I'll be back on the pitch with the lads and helping them.
Well, it'll be good to see you back out there, and you're one of a number of injuries at the moment. I get the impression Lee Williams is a busy man. Yeah,
definitely busy in the treatment room, working away with Sarah, but yeah, hopefully we get our numbers back up sooner rather than later.
And obviously moved to Bath City in the summer. How have you found your first season with the club?
Yeah, it's been pretty inconsistent with performances, and you can see that as a group, we've definitely been inconsistent. You know, back-to-back wins against Chippenham, and then I know a bit smaller numbers at the minute, but you know, we lose back-to-back. You know, it just kind of sums up the season so far. You know, if we can just get that bit of consistency, then I think we can just go on a run and, you know, see how far it takes us. But yeah, we just take it game at a time, and that starts with today.
And you mentioned about trying to get on a winning run as a team. How important is this afternoon to try and start picking up those points again?
Oh, massive. You know, when you look at the fixtures, you know, we have some tough games coming up, but I do think that this is one that we can get 3 from. And, you know, I mean, we can get 3 from all of them, but, you know, it starts now. And I think that run of confidence and consistency at home in front of our fans, you know, is important.
And the attendances this year in particular have been really high here at Twerton Park. How much encouragement does that give you as a group of players?
Oh, it's been vital. You know, anywhere you go in the world, playing, the fans play a huge role. And, you know, we've got that this season.
It will be Eastbourne Borough to get us underway this afternoon. Charlie Kendall, long ball over the top. Cook thinks about getting on with it quickly. He does to Fletcher. Back to Cook, crosses in low. It's met by Mayhorn. And there's a clumsy looking challenge from Curry right on the edge of the area. And it's going to be a free kick about a yard outside the box. Dyer has made his way into the area along with Kadji to join some of the Bath City front players. As Freer drives it in low, it comes through to Cook, and it's gone about a yard wide of the post. Excellent delivery from Elliot Freer, and it just didn't quite sit nicely for Cody, did it? Once again, it's Dyer and Kadji up alongside the Bath City forward players. It's driven in. It comes off the head of Mayhorn and then cleared upfield by Perez. Ball will get there ahead of Kendall, volleys it back forwards. Met by the shin of Perez. Loose ball breaks the way of Rowlinson, but can only give possession back to Ball. Plays it forward to Seymour, tries to flick it round the corner, retains possession. Now to Freer, once again a chance to cross, which he does do. This was looking for Fletcher arriving. Great save by Morgan, and James stabs it clear under pressure, but Bath City getting closer to breaking the deadlock, and it's Elliot Freer with a wicked delivery once again. Now it's into Perez in a central position. Tries to float it out to the right-hand side to Rowlinson, but there's too much on that, and straight out of play for a Bath City throw-in. Ball gets on with it quickly, looking for the run of Seymour on the left-hand side, up against James. It's to the byline. Manages to cross in, looking for Fletcher, heads it back across goal, and it's turned in by Cook now. A linesman didn't flag. I thought it was over the line. Fletcher celebrating. Bath City have definitely taken the lead. Their pressure has paid dividends, and in the 16th minute, it's Bath City 1, Eastbourne Borough 0. Who are you giving that one to, Omar?
I'll give that one to Fletch. Brilliant header. You know, back to where it came from. Brilliant work from Ben. to get that cross away, beat his man, get to the byline and cross it in. Great run of play from the lads. Great work from Dan with the quick throw. Great run from Ben down the line. Beat his man, get to the byline, cross it in, and a lovely header.
Still with the Bar City midfielder, forward to Freer on the halfway line, a bit of space ahead of him to run into, which he does. Cook makes a run outside him, he uses back to Freer. Chance to maybe put in another teasing cross. Smith wants it, and he pulls it behind Smith. Comes to Kadji though, 25 yards out. He's going to go for a shot, but that one's not troubling Morgan. Lua volleys it on. Dyer picks it up on the halfway line. Plays it forward, looking for Seymour, who will get there first. Goes down under pressure from Mayhorn, wants a penalty kick, but the referee decides otherwise. Is there enough in that one for a penalty?
To be fair, there was contact, but I don't think enough contact to get the penalty. Jared will be very disappointed with that one.
There we go. Bar City Radio, the home of unbiased commentary. How about that? Though Free is in behind, although the offside flag is up, going to stop him. But Bar City, again, haven't sat back after taking the lead, but Jordan Dyer did well to read it.
Yeah. These things happen, don't they? Just need to limit them. At the moment, that's the only way they'll score.
Perez goes for a pot shot from 30 yards, but it's straight at Ryan Clark. Acts off the Bar City keeper a little bit, but no damage done. As James plays it forward for Rowlandson on the Eastbourne right. Chance for him to maybe run Bar City back line. Checks inside, plays it forward, looking for Perez, but Delaney does well to dispossess him, then strides forward. Still with Delaney. And then plays a square ball that just about does get to Rains. Now on to Fletcher, just inside the Eastbourne half. Back to Rains. Looks to cut inside, driving forward, still with Rains. Looks to play it through to Seymour, who's looking at the linesman, but the flag stays down. It's forced wide by Mayhorn. Looks to find half a yard for a cross. Instead goes back to Smith. Into Fletcher, exchanges passes with Smith. Looks to play it into Kadji, just slightly behind him. Perez can pick it off, and now Rowlandson can come the other way for Eastbourne Borough. Skips past ball. He's got Kendall outside him if he elects to use him, which he does. The edge of the area, still with Kendall. He's held up by Delaney, but retains possession, and then the centre-back can get another challenge in and out for a corner kick. Everyone's on the pitch for this corner kick. It's swung in. It's still alive in the area. It's with Mayhorn. It's blocked. And then Kadji can clear her. Now it's with Walker in the centre circle. Plays it to Rowlandson on the Eastbourne Borough right. Thinks about crossing from deep. Instead, plays it to Nippard on the overlap. Back to Rowlandson. Crosses in. Brought down by Kendall, who turns. It's blocked by Dyer, and then Rains can clear upfield. Eastbourne Borough starting to grow back into this game, though, in the last few minutes. Eastbourne can look to come the other way, but Walker loses out. Kadji then plays it to Free, about 5 yards inside the Eastbourne half. Perez is out there with him. Lays it back to Smith. Now forward to Kadji, midway inside the Eastbourne half. Shrugs off one, then plays it through into Seymour. It's a great pass, through on goal. Excellent save by Morgan, and then it's hooked behind by James. Bar City opening up Eastbourne Borough again, and Lee Morgan has saved his side and stopped Ben Seymour from a debut goal.
Great bit of play from Kadji there. Great ball through ball into Ben. Just need that finish.
An outswinger with his left foot. It's flicked on by Seymour, and it's held and gathered on the line by Morgan.
Great header and equally great save.
Rains goes short to Fletcher. And the throw-in, back to the throw-in taker. Hits to the byline, cross, deflects off the shins of Curry, behind for a fourth Bath City corner kick. It's driven in, it's met at the near post, and then just ricochets off the head of James. Could have gone anywhere, but it is behind for another corner. Another good delivery. Freer takes this one quickly, though, goes short to Cook. He crosses in, Fletcher flicks it on, into the far corner. Alex Fletcher has his second, Bath City have their second, and the pressure and dominance the Romans have had in this first half finally tells, and Alex Fletcher with another excellent header.
Excellent header. Quick corner, great thinking there from Cody to go for that quick corner, and great delivery from him. Equally great header from Alex to the opposite side, to the far post.
Well, it was a very different header to his first, wasn't it? The first back across goal, that one almost flicking it, helping it on its way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great start from the lads, great start.
Eastbourne captain's not too happy with the decision, but it does go Bath City's way. Rains takes the free kick down the line, looking for Cook, who's in that right-hand channel once again, digs out a cross, and that was a fraction over the head of Fletcher, and Morgan can gather behind him, but for a second I think Alex Fletcher's eyes lit up and thought he might be on for a headed hat-trick. Does then go long, and with that the referee blows the half-time whistle. We're at the interval. It's Bath City 2, Eastbourne Borough 0, a double for Alex Fletcher. He opened the scoring in the 16th minute and then doubled it just 4 minutes before the interval. Smith dispossesses him and then looks to play it forward. Cook chests it down, has Fletcher in space on the right-hand side, who he uses midway inside the Eastbourne half. He plays it forward with a run of Kadji. Cuts back, still inside the area, still with Kadji, goes down. I think there was a foot on the ball from Curry, and Eastbourne can look to clear their lines. As Rains picks it up on the right-hand side. Forward into Cook, having his shirt pulled by James, but manages to play on, then sets it down the right-hand side for Fletcher, who's in behind. His cross in, looking for Seymour, it's headed away by Nippard. Only comes as far as Kadji, looks to play it into Cook, and then Curry is forced to put it behind, but Bath City started on the front foot in the second half. Mark Stillman reading out the matchday draw. Over the Tannoys, here's Freer on the left, to the edge of the area. Finds room for a shot across goal and about a yard wide of Morgan's upright.
Great run of play, brilliant from Fletch picking up the second ball there. Laying it off to Elliott there. Just pull it wide a bit.
Drives it in, Kadji meets it, and it loops about a yard over Morgan's crossbar.
Great delivery again. Seen some really, really good deliveries into the box today, from corners, from crosses.
This one's going to be delivered into the box though by Freer. Drives it in. Arriving is Rains, and he's nodded it about a yard wide of the post. Forward now to Perez as Eastbourne look for a way back into this game. Long range strike is blocked by Rains. It's going to sting on a day like this. They've had a problem losing when conceding, scoring first recently, Hungerford. The other way around this afternoon as Rains to the byline. His cross is blocked by Mayhorn, and Perez can clear halfway upfield. Walker backtracking, gets there, and then Hammond will volley it long. Kendall with a nice touch, and he's got away from Delaney, who slipped over and driving up towards the Bath City area. He looks to cut inside, but it's excellent work by Jordan Dyer to dispossess him and alleviate any danger. Perez plays it out to the right-hand side to Lua. Quickly closed down by Freer and Ball, still with the Eastbourne man. Plays it to Nippard. Onto Lua, who's carried on his run. Gets to the byline, crosses in. It's blocked by Delaney. Back to Lua, though. Maybe another chance for a cross. Nippard makes a run. Instead, he plays it in short to Gravata, who dummies it through to Kendall. Into Hammond. Now Gravata, who shoots, and it's into the bottom corner. We said Eastbourne Borough always score away from home. They just have again. And in the 68th minute, it's game back on at Twerton Park because Eastbourne Borough have scored. And it's Bath City 2, Eastbourne Borough 1.
Yeah, it was a good finish. Disappointed with the way we dealt with that one. Thought we were a bit too deep. We never stepped up high enough to block that initial pass in. But I still think that we've been the better team.
Gravata does well again. There's suddenly a spring in the Eastbourne step. Back out to Lua on the right-hand side. Crosses blocked by Ball back as far as Nippard. Forward to Lua, tries to flick it round the corner. Nippard on the follow-up gets there. Kadji loses out to Gravata. Lays it now to left-hand side to Walker in a bit of space. He's forced wide across goal. It's narrowly wide of Clark's post. Eastbourne Borough suddenly sprung to life in this one. We said at the start of the second half, Eastbourne Borough weren't necessarily showing too much urgency, but with 20 minutes to go, they certainly are. And right back in this game. Cook flicks on a header, finds Seymour on the Bath City left to Freer. Looks to take on Hammond, gets the byline, digs in across, nodded away by James. And as far as Kadji, plays it forward to Cook, 20 yards out, turns, shot is blocked by the back of Fletcher. Just looking who it's going to be making way. It's Dylan Kadji who's going to make way for Tom Richards.
Decent sub there, get that energy in from Tom.
And then ball, and his clearance is actually blocked by Nippard. It's still alive in the area. Ball gets a head on it, but only as far as Walker, whose volley from 20 yards is not troubling Clark. And they can come forward. Walker drops deep, out to Gravata, man who's pulled that goal back for Eastbourne to get them in striking distance. Looked lively since he's come on the substitute, and will get a free kick as he's pulled back by Rains, who will be the first player into the referee's notebook this afternoon. Couple of players up from the back. Bar City holding their defensive line, the edge of the 18-yard box. Poor delivery by Perez, headed away by Cook, and the decision is a throw into Eastbourne. Nippard gets on with it quickly, but cut out by Delaney. Ball is then wiped out by Lua, and will get a free kick. Fletcher held up by Curry. Manu's brace means Bar City are still in front in this one with 12.5 minutes to go at Twerton Park. Rains over the top. Seymour will get there. He's forced wide by Mayhall, but still has possession. Got runners coming now to the byline. Crosses deflected behind for a Bar City corner kick. Bar City look to re-establish that 2-goal lead they had at the interval. Swings it in. It's headed away by Walker. And loose ball comes to Perez. Looks to break clear. Richards, though, gets a foot in. Perez does well to win the follow-up with Fletcher. Now it's with Walker in a lot of space here in the centre of the pitch. He can drive forward. He's got Lua to his right. If he wants to use him, he does. Lua stands up across the far post. Arriving is Gravata, who's completely miscued his header and put it yards wide of Ryan Clark's post, but he was in acres of space here, the substitute, and he really should have done better.
He should have done better for sure, but it's frightening that he has that much space.
Fletcher now on the right-hand side for Bar City. Back to Smith. Exchanges passes with Rains. Now tries to drive forward into space. Smith up to Edge. He's going to go for goal, and it's narrowly wide of the post. That could have sealed it for Bar City. Tom Smith looking for his first league goal of the season. Very close to getting it. 5 or so minutes, they're really on the front foot. Since then, Bar City have dealt with things fairly well, but they've still got a bit longer to see out as Hutchinson has it. It's got Elliott making a run outside him. Instead, he cuts inside into Kendall on the edge of the area. Lays it off to Gravata. Gravata skips past his man across goal. Clark saves, and Dyer hooks it away. Final touch comes off Gravata behind for a goal kick, but Ryan Clark to the rescue for his side.
Great save. Great bit of play from them, but equally good save from Ryan.
It's now in field to Perez. Smith goes chasing after it and will dispossess him in the centre circle. Then plays it down the right-hand side for Fletcher to chase after, but Mayhorn and Curry originally got there first, but Fletcher's done really well. Now into Richards, slides it through. Cook onside, in on goal. It's Cook to seal it, and it's turned around the post by Morgan. It's a terrific save, low to his left-hand side, and the scoreline remains 2-1. Good play again, though, Omar.
Yeah, great play. Moving forward, great initial pass from Tom. Cody has to finish that. He knows. I'll be on him today. That would have been in 16th of the season.
Long from Morgan, flicked on by James to Gravata. Gonna drop on the edge of the area to Kendall, is it? He throws himself to the ground. And the referee, I think is he given a free kick to Bar City? Or is he, I'm not sure what he's doing there. They're playing on. It's now with Fletcher. Curry getting back at him, does really well, dispossesses Fletcher. There was absolutely no contact there on Kendall. He just threw himself to the ground. How are your nerves, Omar?
Pretty nerve-wracking at the moment. I haven't really said much, but just watching silently.
Watching and urging them on as Alex Fletcher gets given them sponsors man of the match.
Yeah, brilliant 2 goals from Alex. Time for the ref to blow this off, and he does.
He's done exactly that. That is the full-time whistle. It finishes Bath City 2, Eastbourne Borough 1. Alex Fletcher's first half double, securing all 3 points for the Romans. Sub Leon Gravata did pull one back midway through the second half, but enough for the Romans to hold on. And Omar, you were pleased obviously in the first half. In the second half it was maybe a bit more backs to the wall stuff, but would you say on the whole that was a solid defensive performance in the second half?
Happy days, yeah. Solid overall in that second half. If we can do a bit better to keep the ball and keep hurting them in the right areas, I think would be a pretty complete performance. But all in all, happy with the win.
Happy with the win. You said pre-match as well when you joined us it was important to get a win this afternoon, so it's a little bit of relief of getting back on the winning run and a much needed 3 points as well.
No, absolutely. 3 points here was vital, was crucial for us to get, and we got it, thankfully. Now, as I kept harping on, it's just about that consistency. Can we continue to win, continue to put in these performances, and game by game we just continue to grow our confidence.
And that's all from us. It's finished here. Bath City 2, Eastbourne Borough 1, and Romans back to winning ways by virtue of victory against the Sports. We're back on it on Tuesday evening for that trip to the Beavery. So if you're not making the trip to Hampton, do join Mark Steelman and Bob Chester. I'll be back next Saturday when Braintree visit Twerton Park. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you very much for joining us on Bath City Radio this afternoon, where I hope you enjoyed the contribution of City midfielder Omar Holness, who kindly joined us. But from him, Mark and myself, we'll see you all